Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video and welcome to something brand new. And it's not too brand new. Before I explain what it is, obviously we are on the Huzzy account. Here is Professor. Feel free to pause it if you want to look into it more, but these are the whole season stats for everybody in the game. Our Caitlyn is a jungler, and I will point out she was a little bit ragey in Champion Select, which may be important. But what is this? So this is arguably a brand new series that isn't going to be running too often, and if you like the idea of it, please do throw a like on the video. But personally, I've been semi-happy with what I've done this season in League. Right now, I'm not very happy because I've got one account in like Diamond 3 and one account in Diamond 4. The Huzzy account typically has been my main since Season 3. This is the account that we were Master on, and in most seasons, we're typically around Diamond 1, Diamond 2, most of the time. This account right now is Platinum 2. And obviously we had a pretty terrible start to the Huzzy account, and instead of like fighting kind of through it and just like screw it, we'll get it anyway, obviously I transferred my main ranked account to the King Pleb, which again, we've been Diamond 2 this season on the King Pleb, so that's not too bad, but it would feel pretty bad for me personally to finish, you know, a whole ranked season and not have the Huzzy account at least reach Diamond. So the idea of this kind of mini-series or new series, meanwhile, the enemy team, by the way, did go for an invade. I pinged the bush, and yeah, they're in the bush, is basically play the Huzzy account in my own spare time, never stream it, and it's going to be typically I'll play in evenings or nighttime whenever I'm in the mood. It's not going to be every day. It might only be once or twice a week. And I'll record the POV commentary, or POV. So this is my direct, like, this is when I'm playing, just no microphone, no camera, and if there's a game that's like, that's good to do, I'll do a commentary, a POV commentary like I'm doing now, and upload it for you guys. So if you're, you know, and basically to recover the account is in my spare time, I'm going to play on the Huzzy account, and let's get it to Diamond this season. Because I do know there are some people out there that just kind of wish I played on the Huzzy account. It doesn't matter per se what account I play on, but I personally, I've got a bit of pride that if you go on the op.gg of this account, at the top it says what ranks it was each season. Well, since Season 3, it's Diamond, 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 Diamond for 7 years in a row. It'll be a bit of a feels bad, man, if this one is Platinum, you know, Season 11. So I want it to get Diamond. So straight away, our bot lane died, by the way, and that is pretty bad. Why? Well, it's a Vayne lane the enemy has. So it's a Vayne versus a Caitlyn. You can see I had chat on, and straight away, I haven't played on this account, obviously in ranked, so I had chat on because I've been playing ARAMs typically, and straight away we get a toxic auto-filled Caitlyn who was toxic in Champ Select. She's toxic in the game, and it's like, welcome back to ranked and having chat on. So yeah, I mute the Caitlyn, but I get rid of the chat because it's just not helpful nowadays. It really isn't. And yeah, we have a Sylas top lane against a Singed, and Sylas gets the kill. Surprise, surprise. And we're, by the way, I haven't even mentioned, I don't think, we're playing Annie. So Annie is typically a good champion for me, just to focus, not a mechanical champion. You get just to kind of focus really heavily on decision-making. Nice electrocute proc there. But why Annie, will say, it wasn't just the fact of, oh, play a more basic thing, play Annie. Meanwhile, we're getting ganked by Olaf, and we are looking to go for the kill here. I missed the W, which was quite bad, but I land it. I early ignite, by the way, and he flashes on me. I flash, and I go for the Q. I get the kill, which is really nice. Ryze is flashing quite early. Trundle flashes after. Sylas roams, and Singed, by the way, roam. And we end up getting a couple kills. And my last auto attack doesn't get the kill because Trundle gets it like mid-air. And we do pick up the kill. So 3 kills in mid lane. And if you also look at bot lane, Vayne just got killed and Nautilus got killed. So that was an unofficial ace. All 3 of the mid-top jungle died in mid. And my bot lane killed the enemy bot lane. So that was an unofficial ace at 3 minutes into the game. But as I was saying, why Annie? If you actually kind of counter lists, or like if you go on like certain websites, you'll type in Ryze worst matchups and they'll give you win percentages. Annie is technically the best champion against Ryze. I think Annie's got something kind of crazy like a 56 or 57% win rate against Ryze. Again, those win rates, I will say, be careful of using them because yes, the Annie versus Ryze matchup might be good, but Annie, you know, you're not just against Ryze, you're against the whole enemy team. So be careful with being like really deadly serious into those like percentage win rates or win rates against matchup. But Annie is good against Ryze because again, he's very immobile, he's fast, but if you just land a stun on him, He doesn't have crazy survivability in the early game, and a big old TIBBERS in the early game at level 6 is going to do wonders against a Ryze. He can't really avoid it. So anyway, I have double buffs, by the way. I'm pinging missing because even though I'm not expecting a Ryze to roam, and you know, he's back in mid, he doesn't roam. With Season 11, you just don't know. Like, a Ryze, you know, it wouldn't shock me of like, oh, Ryze is roaming, even though he's not a roaming champ. So yeah, just kind of keeping the ping going, letting people know. It's always a good thing to do. Communication and vision and stuff, like those are two big things that I think a lot of people fail on. And some people go, oh, Huz, communication, but you don't play League with chat. Not typing. You can play, you know, most people play up to Challenger with never typing a word. You just literally... meanwhile, Trundle ganking, I'm waiting on the stun, by the way, until Trundle got close to then let Trundle do a lot more damage. Really good pillar by him, good stun. Get a kill on the Ryze, always nice. And obviously, yeah, it's Trundle jungle, by the way, which when it was locked in, I was like, that's interesting. I don't know if Trundle jungle is amazing, but it's fine. Like, again, this account, as saw, it's only mid to high platinum right now, so at this rating, trust me, it's perfectly fine. And I'm going to go for a gank. So yes, Huzzy is embracing the meta, and they are going... They had Nautilus in the bush, we land a TIBBERS, we're going to just kill the Nautilus straight away. Unfortunately, not a double stun, but we get in the ignite, and boom, the Leona gets the kill. Maybe she should have given that to me, if possible, but it's fine. So a nice counter gank there, that Olaf was waiting in the bush. To be honest, I think the Nautilus made it a bit obvious, because he was basing in the middle of the lane. Little bit obvious, but a nice timed counter gank. So yes, Huzzy's embracing the meta. He's roaming the bot lane. But yeah, that was okay. Unfortunate miss of the E there for Leona. We might have been able to kill the Vayne, you know, possibly. And watch this, by the way. Boom, boom, boom. Nice kill. So ignite, Q, auto, electrocute proc, and we get a Vayne for free. So that was quite bad by the Vayne, helping our bot lane quite obviously a lot. Nautilus seems to be kind of ragey behavior. Why would he walk that way? Well, he's walking that way because, yes, Ryze is behind us, unfortunately for us. I have no mana, so I'm just going to, like, basically ping, careful, and just make my way out. Unfortunately, Nautilus flashes, and I'm like, oh, sweet Jesus, I've got no mana. I walk into the bush, no vision. I throw the shield on Trundle to give him the little extra, and I'm just like, right, I'm out, good luck. And we get the kill. So, good survival, just... And we end up surviving that and getting an assist. So that's always nice. Olaf in bot lane, by the way, with Vayne returning. And Trundle gets killed. Did you guys see that? Vayne condemned Trundle to be close to the Nautilus. And then Nautilus died. So if I was that Nautilus, I'd probably be a little bit salty. Because that condemn straight up killed the Nautilus. So a little bit of a fiesta. Let's be honest. I was picking Dragon there thinking that, oh, you know, our jungler's dead. Olaf could easily do the Dragon right now. And he bases. Very weird that he wouldn't do the Dragon. That was like perfect time to do it as well. So I don't know why he wouldn't have then. And now we're back in mid. So it feels like we haven't been in mid in a while. Only level 6, by the way. So Ryze having a small XP advantage because he has stayed mid a little bit more than me. He did come to bot lane, but a little bit after. But you know, it's not too bad. We're level 7 now. But yeah, so far so good. 305. I've been involved in 8 kills. Farm obviously is low because... You know, for the last minute or two, we weren't in mid, but not too bad. And we're going to try our best to dodge the damage of Ryze and get rid of this control. I will say, I've mentioned forever that some people in League have patterns, and you sometimes can notice the patterns. You need to do your best, and it's obviously hard to do, but don't try to have patterns in League. If you're a jungler and you always gank from the same same place, that's a pattern that the enemy team is going to learn. And over time, they'll counter you, Huzzy Cannon. They're going to counter you. This Ryze had a very obvious pattern. A very simple one. That control ward, he wanted there practically the whole game. I killed it, he'd put another one the exact same place. Again, maybe try to hide it a bit more, possibly, if it's getting destroyed all the time. But that is just the thing to say. Unfortunately, poopy timing. Ryze flashes, and I go for a bunch of damage. I flash away, and yeah, Olaf. I wasn't personally expecting this. He just straight up keeps going. Both of them from flash. So 4x1 kill. I got Ryze flash and Olaf flash. But I don't know why. I just wasn't expecting the Olaf to go for that kind of more all-in under tower, but he did. He actually does it. I will say a bunch this game, which I wasn't expecting. But again, unfortunate death, but not the end of the world. It was my first death of the game. And Dragon, I am pinging Because Dragon, as you all know, I have Dragon on my mind in a league game. I just think it's so important. It gives you scaling that the enemy team cannot have. Like, to me, that's a no-brainer. Why would you not want that? Like, you're directly getting stronger from in a certain way that the enemy team no longer can get. So, like Ocean Dragon, where we're getting mana regen that the enemy team cannot get. Infernal Dragon, where you're getting AD and AP percentage that the enemy team cannot get. Like, the crazy difference, if it's an Infernal map, and you can get like 2 or 3 Infernal Dragons, that is the difference between an early game team comp losing and winning against a late game team comp. Meanwhile, big fight in mid lane. I ignite the Olaf, which is, again, is a big deal, remember. We do get the kill. Trundle gets a bit of extra damage, but my ignite finishes him off. But igniting gives grievous wounds. Olaf, unsurprisingly, meanwhile, Silas is bot lane. Olaf went Gore Drinker. It seems that everybody is, you know, of the similar damage type of league, the bruisers, etc. They're all going Gold Drinker. So having that anti-healing is going to be good versus Olaf. Obviously, also, Olaf's W gives him lifesteal as well. So getting that Ignite off straight away, very nice. And getting the kill is a Brucey bonus. We get blue buff, I believe, from that kill also. So we're now doing Dragon. Finally, Trundle's doing it. I think, by the way, yes, Silas did TP bot to kill, I think it was Nautilus. And you saw there Singed was making his way to mid. I think he popped Predator. Which I was trying to think, is Predator the right thing to go on Singed? Obviously, it helps him to a certain degree, you know, the movement speed, etc. But I don't know. The Conqueror is so strong. I don't know. Anyway, the bot lane's having a fight. They're getting beat. And yes, you did see Ryze is appearing in bot lane also, unfortunately. But they do get the Vayne. So at least they get the Vayne. You know, it's a bit of a Brucey bonus. At least it's not a complete 2-0. Ryze does get the Leona, though, unfortunately, and I've got quite a lot of gold, and there once again is the Ryze's control. We mentioned this is what he does every single time that I destroy it. He puts one again there every single time, and I don't really want to fight the Ryze. Meanwhile, he goes down in top lane because I literally have nearly 1,800 gold. That's a lot of gold to hold on into the early game. Arguably a little bit too much, I would say. Anything above 1,000 gold before, I don't know, 15 minutes is arguably a bit too much to hold on to. You're directly losing out on strength. I was pointing out there, yeah, Singed is rushing Morello. Morello is not a strong item, but the reason why he's rushing Morello is obviously Silas's healing is incredibly obnoxious, and you can't do much to a Silas when he has the crazy W healing. So Singed is prioritizing a Morello, of all things. So I've never really seen that before. I don't think it's a great idea, because, again, it's going to make himself quite weak. But, you know, he's doing it nonetheless. Olaf kills Rift Herald. We do have some of us in the area. And, yeah, there's Singed. He does flash, because he was going to try and escape without using flash. But I'm like, eh. Bot lane getting a kill. They might be getting a double. And a potential fight is going to break out here. So Olaf ult stolen by Silas. I then time my ulti after the Silas, and we do get that kill on the Olaf. Obviously, he just had Rift Herald, so him being dead, it stops potential Rift Heralds being used straight away. Bot lane, as you can see, very much for us overextended, but in a good way. They kill the Vayne, they kill the Nautilus. Good fight overall. And that's how it should be. Like, a Caitlyn should be absolutely owning a Vayne in lane. You should be abusing the fact that you've got nearly double the range. It's probably not double, but like way higher range, way higher poke. And anytime that a Vayne is going to try and engage on you in lane phase as a Caitlyn, you've got your traps, you've got your E's. She should never really be able to get to you. Now, there's a big fight happening in bot lane, and as you'll notice, I'm not really moving. The reason why I decide not to move is I just killed 2 tower plates. That is, in essence, a kill worth of gold. I might have been able to stay and get one more, to be honest, but I start moving because I thought, if I don't move, my team's probably going to be a little bit annoyed at that the Annie didn't move. Well, I probably know, personally, I would be. I'd be like, why the hell did the Annie not move? So I am moving now, not expecting any kills, by the way, so I just stand in the way, and I'm like, right, that'll be it. If the enemy team wanted to all in, we kill the Vayne. I don't have TIBBERS. I wasn't looking for a big fight then, but I just stopped the Caitlyn potentially getting killed. Unfortunately, Olaf also comes bot lane again. So I'm now dead, which is quite unfortunate. So the Olaf was very aggressive. Wasn't like, look at this. So I said earlier, he does go for these crazy tower dives quite often, and he gets both of us. So Olaf, don't underestimate. Again, Riot screams about the reason that they did the new items was build diversity, but that, to me, that was complete rubbish. throughout the whole season, everything has been the same build, but it just changes. Like, Riot will go, oh, that's too strong, we'll nerf that. Well, then the same, like, a different build emerges, and then everybody builds the same build. Literally, the Gore Drinker into Sterix is 100% what, like, so many champions are buying right now, and Riot's done nothing about it. So, yeah, the control, by the way, was there again. But, yeah, so, again, that's where, to me, it's annoyed me a bit, with that Riot's kind of hidden behind the, we're doing the new items because of item build diversity. No, they didn't, because they don't do anything about it now. It didn't do anything. It really didn't. So anyway, we're chasing down the Rise. Sylas, I will say, for a top laner, was very much involved with roaming. And I'm like, let's try to help getting this kill. Diving the tier 2, I will say, is a bit questionable. And I get the kill, just get the Tibbers. Unfortunately, he is going to go down. Because, again, you are diving a tier 2 turret at only 15 minutes. But we get the kill, which isn't too bad. And yeah, Caitlyn takes on the Vayne in a 1v1, and she's obviously not going to win that. And there's the Rise's ward once again. And here, by the way, here we go again. So this Olaf going for this dive again. I didn't realize he had flash up, unfortunately for me, but I will get that kill, and that gives me a shutdown. So we got his flash also. That is bad by the Olaf. He gave me a shutdown. He was arguably mid lane because he wanted to use the Rift Herald. Well, now he's not using it. If he's not careful, that Rift Herald is just going to run out. And they're chasing down, obviously, the Nautilus. Also, the Sylas, by the way, has teleported bot lane, and he is going after the Vayne, which, as you can see here, wham, bam, look at all the CC, look at the damage, look at everything. And the Vayne, not dead. Not dead still. Is she dead? No, she's dead. So they do get the Vayne in the end. I decide item build, by the way, to do something a little bit more spicy. I didn't want to go like Zhonya second. I want big damage. I want to like just burst people. I want the feeling of one-shotting. So I've always actually liked Horizon Focus on Annie. It technically, I think, does proc off Tibbers. As well, it definitely procs off Tibbers if you do the 750 range Tibbers, which I think is around max range. There's the Rift spawn, by the way. A bad Rift spawn because he was forced to use it in base because it was going to time out. But I'm pretty sure if Tibbers separates from you for 750 range, it will start proccing Horizon Focus anyway. So Olaf, you can see, is bot lane because he doesn't want to waste the Rift Herald. And arguably, it's going to be wasted. Like, the bot lane tower's already dead. For this there's Nautilus. For this not to be wasted, that Rift Herald has to make it the whole way to tier 2. It's never really going to get used that much. So I'm making my way over. The enemy team also might come. Like, the only way that they'll make this happen is if they protect the Rift Herald enough that then they can use it. A fight is about to break out, though. I go for a boing into a Tibbers, into some stuns. Again, obviously can't stun on Olaf, but you can still do damage to him. We get a double kill, and we get the triple kill. Double kill for Sylas, who, I don't know who got the first one, and no one kind of focuses on the Rift, so I'm like, right, I'll go deal with it. I think Leona's coming with me. But yeah, I don't obviously want the charge to go off, so I'm like, screw this, let's stop that happening. Because if I didn't go down there then, no one would have probably stopped it. Maybe Leona would have, but obviously it's better for a carry to get the extra gold of the wave and the XP and stuff like that. So yeah, good time. Yes, by the way, you've seen Vayne and Caitlyn are now top lane. Bit weird for Vayne not to get involved in a way, and also weird that Caitlyn's not involved, but I think Caitlyn's not involved because she was countering the Vayne split push. But still. Singed in the top lane. Again, I don't know why Singed is near the Vayne. You know, those are two champions that don't typically want to be sharing XP. Look at that E, by the way. That was insane. I'm going to buy Horizon. Teleport by Rise. They killed the Singed, by the way, also. Rise is TP'd, and I think they're just like, right, we've survived. Let's back away. And yes, Sylas just won't die. Like, just straight up, he will not die. Big fight happening. So they're going straight for the Caitlyn, as you should. She's the damage. She's the priority. So Olaf can't be stopped, obviously, an unstoppable target. He will get that first kill. But I am pinging. We are on the way. I've got Tibbers. Let's go for it. Leona's surviving a good amount of time. Trundle's now here. And hello, everybody. We are here. So again, she is still not died. Double Tibbers. Actually, I think I might have missed the Olaf, but we still get a kill or two. Boom, one kill for me, one kill for Sylas. Singed, sorry, I don't know what was happening there. And we are going to try our best to stop the Leona dying, but it's going to be hard. Getting ignited, and he goes down too. Triple kill for Sylas, pinging the Baron. I have Tibbers, which can tank it. Obviously, that was without our Caitlyn, unfortunately for us. Oh, sorry, it's not even Baron, sorry. And yes, by the way, you can see surrender vote by the Caitlyn. So as I mentioned, she was a toxic individual. As you saw at the beginning of the game, she was swearing at people and stuff. she wasn't very good. Again, you know, you will see throughout this game, you know, you might be thinking, oh, this game's a pretty good Huz, like, it should be a pretty easy win, right? It's not quite. You'll see throughout. But I will say, very happy with my own performance so far. Little mistakes here or there, but a lot of my deaths were mainly from the Olaf, just going completely all in, and I was like, oh my god, Jesus Christ. But that is, I guess, what Olaf is supposed to do. Especially with the Gore Drinker, and I think he does do the Gore Drinker Sterix build. But, yeah. So nobody's going around the bot side, so I think I might go around that side. Vayne, as you'll note, is split pushing. Bit of a, I don't know, it's Vayne. Like, she shouldn't be doing it, to be honest. Like, if she gets well protected by her team, a Vayne will kill our team quite effectively. But if that won't happen if she's like, I'm going to split push as the AD carry. But some people just have it in their mind, that's the playstyle they want to do, and it's very hard to convince them not to do it. Blue buff up. I think I do get this one. Trundle gives it to me, which is always nice. Again, Annie doesn't 100% need blue, I will say. But it's not like it's a bad thing. It is a good thing. A mage with blue is very nice. It probably is the best class in the game to get it. Nautilus ult stolen by Silas there. And he is looking for this engage. He pops the Nautilus. Well, I get Nautilus ulted and so does the Vayne. Singed in the area, just doing a bit of damage. I'm not wanting to go fully all in until I can see something a bit better. Bad trade by me, if I, you know, completely honest. Like, I go for a Nautilus, but that gets me killed. Not sure why I did that. That was not worth. And two of us end up going down versus one of them. So not a good team fight, to be honest, at all. But I am pinging the dragon. We don't want to give this away if we can help it. I will be spawning around the same time that dragon spawns, but obviously that means I'm not there. And they are looking still for occasional trades. Look at the Silas healing, ladies and gentlemen. He killed that Vayne when he had no right to kill that Vayne. And now the fight is happening. Trundle finally pops his ultimate. He's now stupidly tanky, does a lot of damage. And those are really good triple kill. And what is actually being decided here, which I was a bit like, oh, really? They're going Baron. It's not a bad call. But the only concern that I had, and you can see me kind of looking at the camera, I was like, I just don't want the enemy team to get that Infernal. So the Baron is fine. It's a good call. Trundle smites early to get health back. And, you know, I was kind of umming and ahhing. Do I just go around that dragon just to stop anything happening? But then I see that Nautilus. I'm like, nope, let's go over to the Baron and just make sure they're okay. And it does look, yeah, they're okay. But let's just kill this Baron. Unfortunately, the Caitlyn goes down. I don't know if she could have survived. I think it was Ignite that killed her. But we do get the Baron. And by the way, yes, Silas is on the dragon. I think he may have teleported, I'm not sure. But we are getting both. Again, the negative, obviously, of that is the Rager, the Caitlyn. There's the ward. Oh, look at this. Really good reaction time of TIBBERS, and I kill the Vayne. She cleanses. That reaction time completely made me kill that Vayne. The fact that I got TIBBERS before I was properly condemned into the wall was a complete saving grace. That was close, but yeah, very happy about that, as you can tell. And, you know, typically, would have I died if I didn't get the TIBBERS off? Probably, yeah. I think the Vayne would have killed me before I would have got the TIBBERS off, and she might have killed me before I was unstunned. Meanwhile, that Trundle damage is quite impressive. But yeah, the fact that she tried to go for an Annie, it can backfire, and it did. So, not bad at all. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with the health bar that I'm on, so I think I just decide I'm backing out. I don't want to die. I might be on a little shutdown at the moment, so again, you don't want to give that gold if you don't have to. And we open the base with Rift, and if it can get that extra charge, which it just does, the inhib is now nearly dead. Caitlyn's positioning there, a little bit odd that she did walk a little bit too forward, to be honest. But we are kind of holding the pressure. Caitlyn needs to be very careful if she does, you know, gets caught. And I'm on my way. So she uses Gale Force, as you saw, aggressively, which is a bit weird. She tried to get the kill, it didn't work. But they're going aggressive. Leona gets the kill on Thingy. I flash in. Unfortunately, don't get the kill straight away on Olaf. He's a bit too tanky. Rise, though, in the area. Again, don't underestimate just using TIBBERS. You don't have to have the stun. It's always nice if you do. And with the TIBBERS tanking the tower, you can see the tower hitting the TIBBERS. The Rise goes down by the Caitlyn's. We get the inhib. And now we should just leave, by the way. We should 100% just leave. Sometimes you need to be happy for what you get. But no, unfortunately for us, the Caitlyn stays in the base. Don't know why. She is now having a 2v1. And again, those two aren't very strong, but it's still, like, there's no good reason to stick around. We're not going to end the game. She does get 1 kill, but again, our AD carry now is dead for 40 seconds, where she could have just based, respawned, and then we could have gone again to a different lane. So it's just a little bit weird, you know, it's just odd. But anyway, it's still a good situation nonetheless. You'll notice, by the way, we've had 10 stacks of Dark Seal for quite some time, which is very good for cost effectiveness. I think that means this item is giving us about 40 or 50 ability power or something for an item that costs 350 gold or whatever it costs. Like, that's really good cost effectiveness. I think the item itself gets cost effective around 4 stacks or something like that, so not too bad at all. Anyway, we're now going for the bot lane. Vayne, once again, trying to take on a target in, you know, outnumbered situation. She goes down, and a unfortunate TP has to be said for the enemy team. They've done this quite a lot this game, that the teleports just are a bit too slow, and someone's going to die because the teleport's late. You know, it's better just to let the Vayne die, because now, well, the Vayne and the Ryze are dead, and that completely gives us the pressure on bot lane. I don't know why the Nautilus, the Silas kept doing that. He kept taking Nautilus ult and then using it near enough straight away. Once again, I'm on pretty low health, and on Olaf, that would be like, I'm just wanting to kill Annie. 100% could just prop ultimate, run at me and kill me quite easily. So I'm just being a little bit careful. You'll notice I'm not going crazy all in. Trundle gets caught out. Again, a bit too all in for my liking, just not needed. So again, I was going to base. I stopped my base just in case I could have helped. And I'm like, right, let's do red buff. I just throw TIBBERS at it, which isn't bad. TIBBERS in late game is up all the time. One thing I should have done here, now that I'm noticing, I should have probably done blue with TIBBERS. It would have been faster, then based, but oh well. Because I don't know if I can get blue now, because I think I might want to head to top lane with my team. So yeah, I think I should have gone blue and then based. It would have been a slight delay, but I think I could have still done it. The only negative, obviously, of using that TIBBERS is, let's just see, TIBBERS is going to die pretty soon. You can see the timer on the R of TIBBERS over there. It's going to die pretty soon. Will I have TIBBERS on cooldown to use again for the next team fight? And that will basically make or break if that was a good idea, using the TIBBERS at red. Unfortunately, the Caitlyn mispositions again, and she will end up dead. So as I mentioned, even though this game looked pretty easy, we did have this Caitlyn that wasn't playing fantastic. And I imagine the rage in chat was probably just continuing the whole time. So Trundle is now pinging the blue. Unfortunately, with a dead AD carry, we can't continue the pressure, because Caitlyn should be our main tower aggro, and tower, like, kind of person, and she's now dead. So unfortunately for us, we have to kind of ease off, but it's not too bad. Like, Dragon's coming up very soon, so that's what, you know, that's what we've gone back to go do. So, you know, I do have, by the way, TIBBERS back up, so, you know, not a technical mistake to use TIBBERS at the red buff. It would have been a mistake if I couldn't use it for the next fight. There's the enemy in the pit, so I'm just going to go for the Nautilus, a little bit of damage. Very early Nautilus ultimate, so that's good for us. And you can see the Olaf is not using ulti yet. So we have to be careful with this. I do go for the TIBBERS there, because I just saw it was like the most use of like damage. But unfortunately, I don't exactly know what happened. But they just, I guess, well, they had a number advantage. We didn't have the Caitlyn, so they just kind of take us on and kill us. And, you know, we get that TIBBERS, and then after, like, all right, how's it going? Well, Silas is dead, and Trundle's run away. So, unfortunately, not great. But again, we've got a pretty heavy lead in this game. And you can see, I'm saying, should be a pretty insane easy win, but people getting caught, namely the Caitlyn, which is true. Like, the Caitlyn was getting caught quite a lot. Once again, you know, again, I don't mean to keep driving the point home, but Caitlyn, as you can see here, is alone. There's no reason for her to be where she is, by the way, like none. She's alone, Olaf flashes, and once again, she's getting caught. The annoying thing is she has double sums. We just saw Olaf use flash, so why didn't she flash over that wall, and then Olaf wouldn't have been able to get to her? Olaf had already used flash, and obviously, yes, we're getting another rage surrender by the Caitlyn, who just decides to go alone. So again, very frustrating to play with players like this, and this is typically be the Huzzy experience for Season 11, and that's why I kind of stopped playing on the account. But anyway, we're going to go for a fight. They're trying to do the Baron. I flashed TIBBERS, just missing the Olaf, by the way. Like, again, a little bit greedy, maybe, trying to get both the... I tried to get both of them. I tried to get the Olaf and the Nautilus. I didn't, but we get the Singed, we get the Olaf, and Leona kills the Ryze. And to be honest, we don't need to do Baron. You saw I started heading to Baron, but yeah, wrong call. My team just go top lane. And that is the right call. We don't need Baron to win this game. We already have the bases open. Let's open the third base. If memory serves correct, when you kill all the inhibs, that is when you start getting double super minion spawns. And after you get double super minion spawns, it's very hard to make a recovery. Like, nearly impossible. And anyway, Vayne doing her best to try and fend us off. But we're going to go back, kill the Nautilus, obviously, and then kill the inhib. And you can see Caitlyn is farming in top lane on Krugs. Thumbs up right there. Good idea. And killing the inhib in mid. And that technically now will make, you know, double super minion spawns. Using the W, getting the damage on the Vayne. And now, you know, going for the base end, really. Enemy team is doing their best to kind of fend us off, obviously. Landing the stun on the Singe. Just helping out in any way I can. I don't have Tibbers yet, which is unfortunate. Olaf popping his ultimate. Doesn't have it anymore. Going for the Olaf with then the stunned Tibbers. Don't know if we'll get him. He does Zonya's. Has a stopwatch, clearly. Going for him now. Do get the kill on the Olaf. And now Caitlyn has decided to join us, which is nice. And we're going to try and end the game. And there we go. So first game back on the Huzzy account in quite some time. Very happy with my performance. Some good play there. Some good Tibbers. Some good decision making. And all of that, by the way, yes, you know, I've mentioned it quite a lot, was with that raging Caitlyn, with her throwing out surrender votes, with her getting caught all the time. So we could still win the game, thankfully. And yeah, so I'm pretty happy. So let me know what you guys think of the potential of this mini-series. Again, it's not going to happen very often. Again, maybe average 1, maybe 2 episodes a week. It just depends how much I play on the Huzzy account. But if you guys really like the idea of me recovering this account and doing this series, obviously that will kind of make me want to do it more often. And if you want that, like, throw a like on the video and let me know down below. So we get plus 16 LP, we're in Platinum 2, and yes, I did the most damage in the game, and Caitlyn, for all of our carries, did the least, which I guess isn't too surprising. But very big mid lane difference, you know, near enough 15,000 damage diff in mid. So very happy. Good Annie play, some nice tibbers there. And, you know, if you look, by the way, at the top where it says victory, I've got 63 wins, 78 losses. So we do have some recovering to do on this account. A 15 difference between the wins and the losses. But I do think I can do it, and I do think we can get this account back in Diamond. But if you guys enjoyed, do throw a like on the video, comment down below what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.